Hi, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. Today we're going to be removing pop bumpers on the blast off. Now, this one's loose already. This one's loose already. So we don't have to worry about those, but these we do want to get the screws out of them. I don't know how these pop bumper bodies are. So far they look pretty decent. Like, I don't think we'll have to replace them. If one is bad, we do all four. This one has no bulb in it for some reason. But so far they all look decent, which is strange, odd. Alright, first part. I don't know if you can, how good you can see it, but there's two screws in here. There's one here and there's one right there. As you can see on this one, there's one there. There, that's a good shot. Those two screws have to come out first. See? They all got two screws in them. Those screws have to come out first. Once we get those screws out, we can flip it over and get the bodies off. But this one's loose for some reason already. And always note on these screws how they are. They're tapered like that. That way they fit down into the pop bumper body easier. I have to get a needle nose pliers to get the screw out. It just makes it a little easier with the right tool sometimes. But you can see this is all loose now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go underneath and we're going to work on one of these. It doesn't matter. This is a dead one, so we'll probably do both of these. We'll do this. We'll actually make this a special video of its own, because I have never done one of these on a video before. Not that I can think of. So what we will do is put that back, and that will be a separate video. So we got the screws out on this, and we'll flip her over and we'll work on that next. Alright, the pop bumpers. There are three screws here that unscrew it. I forgot to get my soldering iron out. I'm using my new one. Well, it's not new. It's actually very, very, very old. But it's new to me because it was a gift. So first we want to get out these two lock nut screws. Here's one. This has clearly been worked on before because we have several different colored ones, shaped ones, and mixed up odd ones. This will just pull straight off like that, but we can't get it off yet because we got to remove these three screws. If we can get it out, let's do this one. You just want to get stuck in there for some reason. And like I said, it just pulls right off. This is odd how it's designed. It like slides over and locks, which I've never seen that design before. It does the job. So we're not going to complain about that, but I am going to take it off because the odd design of this, it will fall apart when I move the machine around. And I don't want that. And where did this wire come from? I am guessing this was on there. So we are going to put that back on there. I don't know why it is off. Yes, because every other one has 2 on it. So I don't know why this one is off. So I want to put that back on right now. And this is some weird solder here. This is gift solder. It moves a lot easier than what I'm used to. And this is this is a soldering gun. One of my friends, John, he recommended this to me. This is a Wen soldering gun. It's a model 250. This is very, very old, but it really does the job for soldering lugs. I mean, it's super fast, it's super quick. There we go, we got solder melted on there already. Like I said, I don't know why that was off. There. As you can see, I soldered it back on. This gun is just amazing for doing lugs. It's crazy how quick it works. I'm still going to use my Hako, but I'm going to use my Hako for finer stuff. But I really like this Wen for removing these bigger lugs and doing soldering coils. I think it's great. I gotta get my little flathead screwdriver. Now I'm going to disconnect the light, which is this wire here. Didn't even need to do that. It was already disconnected. Alright, now I'm going to do this one here, which is I'm just going to heat it up. And then the wire comes right off like that. So now, so we got them 2. Now I'll just take these leads and try to bend them straight up. Probably work better with my screwdriver. Bend them up as straight as I can. Better with my finger. Now this, I'll just pull right out like that. These, oh, there's Comet making noise. Comet the pinball dog. These will straighten up as best as I can. Like that. Oh, it sounds like Comet and Oliver are playing. There. This will come out like that. It's got a spring on it. Let's take the plastics. Alright. This we got a broke pop bumper base. You can see the hunk of plastic stuck in there. I will clean up these skirts and see how good they come. This is the ring, which will need to get polished. This is the socket that comes out. And this is the broken base. As you can see, it's got a higher lug here than there. So this pop bumper body is garbage. It's a shame. It's actually in pretty good condition. It would clean up. And it would have been reusable, except for that is broke off, which is sad because this otherwise was a good base. So when I do one pop bumper base, I do all of them. The reason why is because I'm going to replace one. One is going to be really stupid pure white, and these will all be weird discolored. And it looks horrible on a pinball machine. If you just replace one of these, if you got like 5 and you replace one, you get one that's like pure white and all the ones are other discolored. So it just looks funny, unless you can kind of like hide it in the middle, or if they're odd shaped and put it on top. But if you mix it in, usually it looks funny, and I don't like doing that. I like just replacing all of them if one is bad, unless I can hide it. Like if there's one here and then one way up there, then I'll take the new one and put it way up there, just to hide it, to make it look different. But yeah, it's there's 4 right here, so I can't hide one. So unfortunately, we're just gonna have to replace them. I don't like doing it when really don't have to, but I don't know. We're gonna though. We're gonna. So this, I'm gonna tighten the screws back up on this right now, because we're gonna rebuild it right now. However, we are not gonna rebuild it right now, because I'm gonna do this at a later date. But for you, it's gonna be right now. Alright, it's actually been more than a few seconds. It's actually been weeks. This is why I tell you to take pictures of everything, because you just never know how things are gonna work. What I'm doing is I'm just taking my little green scrubby pad and cleaning off the tips of these. They got a discoloration to them. I want to make sure they're smooth. They're all smooth. Otherwise, you're going to be replacing them. Because these are in like excellent shape. They've been replaced once before. Recently. Like all the bodies. These bodies are mint. So they've been replaced. I don't know when, but all the bodies have been replaced, along with the skirts. This one I cannot mix up. This one is a 4-hole, unlike these other ones here, which are 6-hole. I don't know why these are like dirty. Probably from well, they're not dirty, they're like a ground in stain. As you can see, they're dark. I just figured I could rub most of it off, but apparently I can't. Because the spoons were dirty when I kinda rebuilt the pump pumpers loosely, we'll use. They didn't do a great job. Let's put it that way. That's the odd one. And that one's gonna go right here, back where that odd one was. Chrome ring. Spring. Whoops. Why am I freaking out? Skirt. Spring. Yeah. We are going to replace the bodies. This one's got broken tabs on it. That one's got a broken tab. See, we're probably going to replace at least 2 of the bodies. What I mean by tabs, see how we get a bump here, none here, none here, right here and here, none. But then this one, you need these. And I did buy new ones for this. I was just hoping I wasn't going to use them. So we're going to put 2 bodies on. We were going to do them opposite of each other so they match. Junk and junk. So these are garbage. They're perfect shape except for the mounting part is gone. As you can see, this one's missing 1 right here, and this is missing 2. So we do need 2 pop bumper bodies. And since we got 2 that are new, I'm going to put the 2 new ones in the front and the 2 older ones in the back. This way it will match better. Alright. Skirt. Spring. And this. You need these right where my thumbs are. Those lock on to those nubs that were broken off. And that's what keeps that together like that. It kind of like all locks it all together in one piece. And then in here, where my finger is pointing, there and there, that's where the special screws are going to go. And did I put the right one there? No, I put the right one, this one. Where is that one? Okay. Never mind. I'm screwing myself up. This one with the weird screws went on that side. I just want to put it back in the exact same spot. No reason. No real reason. It just was there, so let's put it back in its original home. And again, see how those lock this whole assembly together. Those, that is sticky, but once these are kind of spread apart on it, once I screw it back in together, it will be smooth again. There. Now let's do this. Spring a ding 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 dong. Ring a dong ding ding dong. Ding 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 dong. Ring a dong ding ding dong. All the stuff you can buy brand new still. Every single part here you can still buy brand new. They all are brand new in stock still. What am I doing? I just need one of these. That's why you need those nubs, because it locks it together. Alright. Now we'll need our magic screws, which are right here, and you can't see. These are the special screws you need. See how they got that bevel? They match right down into the pop bumper body. I like to put these in evenly. These I always snug in like that. Oh, that's getting sexy. Nothing like a machine with its pop bumpers back on. And I'm going to have to get one of the bodies I just threw in the garbage back up, so I can show you where the light bulb goes. We're putting the 4 pop bumper bodies on, but we're just going to rebuild one underneath. I just wanted to show you how easy these go on. I always give them a little wiggle. See how that one's creaking? That's because that bottom yellow thing wasn't tight all the way. There. Alright. Now these nubs that broke off, these also are what hold the bulbs going through. Like that. See? It's also a partial support for the bulb. Now this is a new mod I'm doing. I'm going to try soldering the bulb to the assembly, just because they still have a tendency on wiggling on high usage. I just noticed on one of my games it does get a high amount of use. I have it over at Dave's house. It gets a crazy amount of use. And I don't remember, well, it's actually my stern. So I don't remember what the socket looked like and how I did them, because it was a while ago. I don't know if this is my bent method I used on it or not, but I'm getting a little flickering on one pop bumper body. And I don't remember, like I said, if it was one that I modified or not. So what I'm doing right now, these are Comet non-ghosting warm whites. Here I can show you. Here. On, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. I'm just using a 9-volt battery. These are Comet non-ghosting warm whites. They got a better look to them, I think. So, plus these turn on and off, so we wanted them not to blink. So now we're going to flip over to playfield, solder all the light sockets down to the wiring harness, and then rebuild the pop bumpers. Alright, we are flipped over. We are going to get to rebuilding this puppy right here. Last time we did this one, I just feel this one's like more open. That's the only reason why we're going to start with that one. The only reason why we're going to rebuild this one is just because it's more open. First we're going to get this partially out of our way. It's going to be pretty much impossible to, because it's soldered down. But we'll do our best. I don't want to come out. There we go. Alright. See, it's soldered down. I can, and I probably will. just get it out of my way so I can clean it easier. I gotta clean underneath the spoon and stuff. It just makes it easier to attach these wires back to it. Now these are our light wires. So I'm gonna take that and bend that over. Get that out of the way for a second. Bend that one over like that. And then bend this one over like that. In my past videos, I always will tell you to make sure these don't get in the way of anything when you put this bracket back down. See, these wires are going to go perfectly, almost perfectly. Get my other ones. I want it to go right between the metal posts of this. There. It's going to go right between it. It actually was pretty good, almost where it was. There. Now we will solder that bugger back down. It is on there good. This one the same. Make sure also when you do this, you do not hit that because you will melt it and have to put a new one on. I have actually done that before. We're on there good. We got the good wiggle going. That is on there firm. Alright. Let's get that spoon cleaned off. And we got the buzzer here. Let's buzz it quick and then clean the spoon off. That one was just harder to do. I just wanted to stay closer and not open up as much. Alright, we're going to clean the spoon off. A little bit of naphtha. You want to get the spoon as clean as possible. You don't want any gunk left over from the years before. It may look stained and dirty still, but it's clean. It's just stained from the etching of the greases and oils and whatever was on there at one time, but it is smooth as butter. Alright. Let's get that back down. This is going to be a fun thing. I gotta bend that power wire up so I can get back up underneath it good. There. Little piece of solder left over. There. Alright. And again, I'm going to hold that down with my finger and I'm going to put these two screws in. Usually, when you do that, it will be right back on the money again. I'm going to put these down almost all the way. See, I still got movement. This is going to be a hard one. I can tell right away. No, I guess it wasn't. That's perfect. The only thing that's hard about it is the spoon has a little bend up to it, which we will fix by doing that. Otherwise, it's got a pretty good tension on it. I'm going to take the spoon, bend it down a little bit tighter, take the top switch and close it in a little bit. There. We are got great movement. We're not hanging up at all. As the spoon moves, it is actually moving that switch. I have a good gap in it. There's a gap right there, and then it hits, which we want. Same with here. Same with here. We got great action on this puppy. That is perfect. And when I lift the spoon up, that shaft is not moving. That means it's perfectly centered. So before we forget, let's get that soldered back down to where it belongs. Looks good. I just want to move it, or I don't want to move it. I want to see if I can move it. Nope. We're soldered down. And that's good. So that's all there. So let's get this puppy rebuilt. 2 screws here. Two loose screws. Now, last night when I was going through parts, I found out I had a couple broken parts for this assembly. Not just this one in particular, but all of them. This was changed. It is a new sleeve. Well, we don't need it anymore. But I did find out some pieces were broken. I will go over them with you and show you how they can be replaced, updated. A little more alcohol, not naphtha. I will show you how they can be upgraded. This, you can use newer EM parts, if you want to call EMs newer, more modern EM, like 70s parts, and they work good. So which I was pleasantly surprised that they will work. Alright, here's the parts in question, not the coil sleeve. It's these. This piece, as you can see, this hole is hogged out totally, and this piece. These kind of, They go like that, yeah. They both went like that, and then slid over and locked this on. So that went like that, went like that, and locked it on, which was an awesome idea because these never fell apart. I mean, this was really locked in. However, with these, we got 3 of them that were broken, and then we had that one that was hogged out. So we're going to use this to replace the one that was hogged out, and this to replace the ones that were broken. So let's get this cleaned up first. Now you need to make sure I put this back together correctly. It's only going to go together 2 different ways. This is going to go like that. I'm going to use the new pieces on this one. This will go in first. That will go in second. I'm hoping that's correct, or otherwise I'm going to have to flip them around. And see how it does the same job as these. So we'll set that there so you can see it. And the same job as that. It does the exact same job. It's just this is a more modern one. I actually like this a lot because this can pull out that way. This is locked in, so I do like that better. But we got damaged parts, so we got to replace them. Modern equivalent, no big deal. It's going to do the same job. It's going to work the exact same way. Just a little more difficult to put in to the pop ring versus the old way. Tighten these down. I'm just hoping I got it the right way, otherwise I'm going to have to flip it over. We'll find out really quick once I set this down. And I believe it's perfect the way I put it on there. Yeah. We do have a little binding. No, we don't. I thought we did, but we don't. I had it twisted. We have 0 binding. I just twisted parts. Now these screws go back here, one there, and one here, which is impossible for me to see it other way. Those will get tightened with your 5/16. These just get snugged down. Once it stops, it stops. You got perfect switching. That's tight. A little snug, a little snug, a little snug. Alright, we got perfect movement. It's hitting the top switch great. It's doing the exact same job as these original old school pieces. I'll actually spin you around so you can see. There. It's doing the exact same job. You can see it hitting a little bit. Watch right here. You can see the leaf coming up, which is what we want. Go underneath. The skirt hits that switch, what activates the coil, goes like that. You get your point, and then you're done. And there we go. That is a pop bumper rebuilt on a Williams Blastoff, actually using some new, more modern EM parts. So if you like that, give me a thumbs up. There'll be some cool stuff along the bottom here. Thumbs up, please like, and please subscribe. Share with your friends if it helps them. Drop a comment, do all that cool stuff. And thank you, and later.